In the middle of the forest, there was a hidden cottage where a grumpy widow lived. She had two daughters. The elder daughter, Fanny, was ill-tempered and arrogant, and since she was just like her mother, she was her mother's favorite. Rose, the youngest daughter, was kind and beautiful, just like her late father, and for this reason, she suffered immense cruelty at the hands of her mother. One day, Rose's mother told her to go to the forest and fetch water from the well. Rose immediately picked up a bucket and set off toward the forest. When she reached the forest, she leaned over the well and began filling her bucket. The cool water splashed onto her hands, but she was unaware that an old woman nearby was watching her. Clearing her throat, the old woman said, "Listen, girl, I am very thirsty. Can you give me some water?" Startled, Rose looked at the old woman. She seemed frail, but there was a strange sparkle in her eyes. Rose remembered that her mother was waiting for her, and if she got late, she might get upset. But her heart did not allow her to leave the thirsty woman like that. "It's all right, I'll give you some water," Rose said with a smile. The old woman drank to her heart's content, and then, smiling, said, "My dear child, I will reward your kindness with a blessing. From now on, whenever you speak, precious jewels will fall from your mouth." Saying this, the mysterious old woman walked away. Rose was surprised, but without thinking much, she filled her bucket again and started heading home. By the time she reached home, it was already quite late. The mother spoke angrily. "Why did you take so long? I have been waiting for you." In distress, Rose began to explain everything that had happened, and as soon as she moved her lips, precious jewels started falling to the ground, shimmering diamonds, rubies, and sapphires. The mother blinked in astonishment. Her anger vanished in an instant, replaced by delight. Greed sparkled in the mother's eyes. Fanny should benefit from this too. So, she handed a water jug to her eldest daughter, Fanny, and instructed her, "Go to the forest, fetch water from the well, and if you see the same old woman, treat her kindly." Fanny nodded in agreement, but there was no trace of kindness or sympathy on her face. Fanny reached the forest and leaned over the well to fill her jug. There was no kindness in her heart. She only wanted to finish quickly and return home. Suddenly, the same old woman appeared. Her wrinkled eyes still held that mysterious sparkle. "My child, I am very thirsty. Could you give me some water?" the old woman asked in a frail voice. Fanny glared at her with irritation and replied coldly, "If you're thirsty, get your own water from the well. I don't have time to serve you." Saying this, she angrily picked up her water jug and stomped away. The old woman's expression darkened with anger. "You arrogant girl! For your heartlessness, you shall be cursed. Whenever you speak, hideous toads shall fall from your mouth." This old woman was, in fact, a fairy who tested people's true nature. As soon as Fanny reached home, her mother was waiting anxiously. "Where have you been for so long?" she asked impatiently. Fanny lifted her chin proudly and began to speak. "I was just," but the moment she opened her mouth, hideous toads tumbled from her lips. The mother screamed in horror and disbelief. "What is this disaster?" she cried. "This must be Rose's doing." Consumed by rage, she called for Rose and yelled, "This is all your fault. Get out of my house. I will not keep you here any longer."